Well, I'm so glad you asked, because it became almost a mission for me before I left the CFTC to try and clarify what the CFTC can and can't not do with regard to crypto. And I've spoken of that repeatedly, and it's certainly available publicly. But I think what's happening is not necessarily a power grab, but almost a desperate call from the industry for clarity in what the regulatory expectations are. And I think the CFTC and the new commissioners and the chairman are trying their best to offer constructive solutions. I do think it needs to be pointed out here for the viewers that the CFTC has been, for quite some time, heavily involved in regulating crypto, and I think you have to distinguish the crypto derivatives market from the crypto physical cash assets market to understand that. So the CFTC has today and for some time has been regulating crypto derivatives, or the infrastructure that supports those futures and OTC swaps markets. And Chairman Benham is right to remind people that the CFTC has been doing that for quite some time. And so I think initially, when we were all asked and repeatedly asked to speak about crypto as CFTC commissioners, that's what we were focused on. And then there became this really interesting discussion about who was going to regulate the physical cash assets. I think there was a misunderstanding for quite some time by some customers or some investors that the CFTC was already doing this in the case that some of the underlying assets might be commodities. But the reality is that the CFTC currently doesn't have a clear mandate or authority to regulate those underlying physical assets. They're regulating futures on the assets, but they're not regulating the cash product, the actual physical Bitcoin. And that's where Congress will have to make a decision.